Hey guys, what's going on? It's Drew, or hgryhgryhippos. I hope y'all are having a good day. I just wanted to make a quick video about some things that have been on my mind and that I'm doing for a project as well, but it made me really think deep into it, about how the video game community is an awesome community, but the developers are taking advantage of the communities. Like, for instance, releasing unfinished games, kind of like Mass Effect Andromeda was the most recent one, where the animations were just complete crap. There was glitches and all this nonsense happening in these games, and the game community was just bashing them left and right, even after they were trying to make up for what happened at Mass Effect 3 with that ending. The ending was not satisfying at all, and it didn't tie up any loose ends, and they ended up releasing DLC for it to rewrite the ending, which is ridiculous on that end as well. I mean, where does it stop? We do the pre-order bonuses. If you pre-order, you get a new skin, you get a new gun, whatever it may be. They're encouraging pre-orders, and then overhyping the game itself, thinking it's going to sell, and it does sell, and then the gaming community complains because they're trying to rush the product or they're delaying the product. There's just not a happy medium. My next topic I wanted to talk about was season passes. Season passes are getting out of hand. Why am I going to spend $50 on a $60 game that should be finished, but they're releasing a season pass to finish the product? Like, for instance, I read an article on, what was it, Game Informer, that Battlefield that just came out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, or Battlefront, excuse me, Star Wars Battlefront, not Battlefield. Battlefield is way better. Star Wars Battlefront, that they decided to release a season pass to give you 4 extra maps, when in reality they should probably just done that in the beginning and just put it in the game and then create some other stuff. It would have given the community a lot more to chew on, talk about, and play. The community in that game has died faster than I've ever seen a community die, besides For Honor, but that is a whole other story for another time. And then, for instance, I also read about McIlroy's PGA Tour, which he kind of replaced Tiger Woods' PGA Tour. They put a significant amount less of content in that game. They included like 4 less courses, I believe, to play on, and didn't do anything about it. They just gave less content. Now, I'm finding a funny pattern here that all the games I've mentioned so far are for EA, or Electronic Arts. It is like they know that we're going to pay for the product anyway, even though we know we're going to get trash. We think that it's going to be different this time, but it's not. It's just not going to be different. It won't be different until we do something as a community to make some change happen. We need to stop pre-ordering. We need to stop pre-ordering. That's what it is. I mean, I love the bonus content of like cool little physical things like keychains or whatever it may be. I don't want digital content that's an additional item that I could probably earn by grinding my way through the game. And that's another thing, is that microtransactions are also a thing. Like, why can I pay real money to win when I play video games to enjoy myself and to relax? Sure, winning is nice, but I don't have to pay real money to win. Like, in the thing I can think of right off the bat is playing Destiny. I put so many hours into that game, whether it be grinding for gear, doing raids, doing quests, trying to fulfill the Book of Triumph. And then Bungie go ahead and releases emotes. You can buy emotes with silver, I believe it was. And silver cost real money to buy emotes. Why would I spend real money just to do a little dance? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And people still did it. People still bought the emotes. And I just don't understand why make something like that happen, you know? Like, I just want to be able to play a game, enjoy it, and it be finished and complete 100%. I don't care if the game is delayed for 2 or 3 years. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts 3. We've been waiting for 10 plus years for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, and we finally have a release date, and they've been working tirelessly on it, and that is probably going to be the one and only complete game that I'll probably have played in the past 5-6 years. And I won't have to buy a season pass for it. I'm not going to have to do microtransactions to get better weapons. I actually get to go on the quest and grind for my weapons, which is what I want to do in a video game. I want to be able to experience it and not be able to skip to the best weapons like you could in Assassin's Creed Unity. I don't want to do any of that. Another thing that I guess I'm ranting about is why is it so hard to find one of these? It shouldn't be that hard to find a Switch. Nintendo promised that they weren't going to have shortage issues like they did with the NES Classic. But if we look years past, they still have those product problems. Look at the Wii. It took me like 4 months to get my hand on a Wii after launch. That's ridiculous. It took 2 months to get a Wii U afterwards, and they were still shortages. And then now the NES Classic Edition, which I could buy a Raspberry Pi for $30 and put every single NES game on it for $30 instead of buying a $60 shell that has a Raspberry Pi in it that only has 30 games. That doesn't make sense to me. At least give me the ability to have more games on it than 30. I get it. They're the highest selling 30 games the NES ever had, and it's cool for nostalgia reasons. I get that. That's cool. I tried to get one myself, but then I realized I could just build one. So I went ahead and bought a Raspberry Pi, and I'm gonna build one. But why is Nintendo... They're so good at supply and demand, it seems like. They keep up the hype. The Switch has 2 major titles on it after 2 months after launch, which is ridiculous. Mario Kart 8 just dropped last Friday, which, don't get me wrong, I've been playing some Mario Kart. That is fun. But I bought it on the Wii U. They just remastered the game, and I still bought it. That tells me something that shouldn't be right. Like, I get it, remastered editions are cool, but I've bought Mario Kart 8 3 times in the past, 4 years. Or 3 years, whatever it was. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was probably the best Zelda I've ever played. But it's 2 AAA titles, and then a bunch of indie games, and a bunch of remastered games, like The Birth of Isaac. That's a $40 game on the Switch. On Steam, it's $9.99. Like, that, I'm not gonna pay $40 to play The Binding of Isaac when I can buy it on my PC for $10. That is ridiculous. That blows my mind. And then the next AAA title, I think, if I remember correctly, Splatoon 2, and Super Mario Odyssey, there has to be a bigger chunk of games. Like, I get it. It is awesome that I can take this on the road and play Mario Kart on the road for 3 to 4 hours with somebody by just detaching the Joy-Cons. And that instantly makes it 2-player. That's awesome. That's great. I get that. But I want more fulfillment from the Switch. I love the Switch for what it is. I like it. There just needs to be more, and Nintendo needs to just flood the market at this point, because nobody's going to buy the Switch or can buy the Switch until Splatoon 2 comes out, or they make some bundle where you get Legend of Zelda and Mario Kart in one bundle. And if Nintendo, you steal that idea, that's fine. I can't really do anything about it. And then there's random loot drops as well in the pay-to-win stuff. Like, I get it. I play Rocket League so much that I've bought probably over $50 of keys just because I want one little topper for my car. That's all I want. Or I want a special car. But they should just let you earn that stuff. Like, I support Psyonix and everything they do because Rocket League community and the devs care about the community. They've literally answered every question that has been posted. They've listened to the changes. And if we were to bring Rocket League to this, I would buy it again. Because Rocket League on the Switch would be amazing, in my opinion. But that's getting off topic. I just don't understand why I have to dish out money for digital content, and yet I still do it. I think that's a problem. Like, we as a whole should realize that's an issue, and we should be able to have the option to grind for it. Like, Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft, they did that right. You can buy the starter edition for $15 on Steam and grind and unlock everything that way. You don't have to buy the season pass or anything if you don't want to. You can literally play the game and earn the currency to buy the characters, to buy the guns, to do everything. I think they hit the nail on the head on that one for people who don't want to dish out the money. Like, it's a $60 game and you're paying $15 to go on a quest to unlock everything. I think that's probably one of the best ideas that I've seen in a video game. But really, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, and hopefully we'll get some started. Thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.